Hello, good evening, everyone. Today, our guest of honor is Shiwani Joshi. She has been working with KPMG for 4 years, and she's a data engineer and she works as a senior consultant at the company. Now, I would like to let her introduce herself and tell us about her work.
Hi, Anshul. Thank you for this. My name is Shivani, and I was with KPMG Australia before I took an internal transfer this year with KPMG Ireland. So I have been with the KPMG franchisee for more than 3 years now, approximately 4 years. It's been a great experience with them. I am a data science graduate, and hence my role with KPMG started as a data engineer, and now I'm a senior consultant, and I work under the capacity of a data engineer, data analyst, and data scientist for them in their consultancy.
Okay, nice. But thank you again for your participation. Now, shall we start with your career journey at KPMG and your approach to digital innovation?
Yeah, sure. So, my journey with KPMG started as a junior consultant, wherein they onboarded me for a project as a data analyst. And because I had just graduated from my master's back in Australia from Monash University, that is how I started my journey with KPMG. And in a year or so, I was promoted as their senior consultant. And then I decided to take on the path more seriously for as a data engineer. Um, in terms of a data engineer, I've worked on several projects with KPMG Australia. And then came the era of AI. It hit KPMG with a boom, and that's when I started working with generative AI projects. And I think innovation in technology is something which is very, very, very required for any company to thrive and boom. Because if you do not innovate, you are not going to be at all in the technological space. Um, if you keep being stagnant, and thankfully my company doesn't do that, so that's how my journey from a junior consultant to now a data engineer, data analyst, and then working as a prompt engineer as well has modified my career growth.
Okay, nice to hear that. And again, now we'll move to some other questions. My first question to you is, how do you apply systems thinking to diagnose and solve complex client problems in your role at KPMG? And what approaches help you visualize and manage those interplay of technology, business, and people in the project?
So, answering your first question, using the system to actually diagnose my error is something that I've been learning from 2015 because I did my undergrad back in India as a Bachelor of Technology. So, while doing my computer science Bachelor of Technology, I was very much introduced to the world of computers, wherein I was happily surprised to see that how we use the system or our coding skills through our coding skills to actually you know detect the problem and then be able to actually address the problem. One way of doing so is through automation, and automation has become a big part of technological space, wherein through these system generated bots or system generated robots, you can say, we are able to detect. Especially in the mundane tasks, detect errors and then magnify those errors and decode those errors in a way that doesn't need human interference at all, and that human intelligence could be applied to other not so mundane work in our sphere. Now, coming back to your second question, since I have been part of their consultancy for more than 4 years, or more than 3 years now, consultancy is all about people, people management. More than technology, I would say it's more about people management. And that's what I have learned and have been learning through the different projects and the different clients that I work with. So, even you might have great knowledge about the technology, but if you do not know how to project it to your client, it is of no use to you. If you do not know how to actually present it to the client in a way that he or she realizes that it's actually going to help them or their company to grow, or to have a better growth in the near future, then even after knowing technology, you won't be able to make use of it much and take it to your advantage.
Got it. And can you share me a recent project where creative thinking led to an innovative data solution or like unique client outcome? And how is like creativity encouraged in your team?
Yeah. So, as I told you, I've just moved from Australia to Ireland this year, and I took an internal transfer for that.
Yeah.
So, everybody was aware that I very much know the KPMG background and their and that innovation is a big part of KPMG.
Yeah.
So, the first project that I have been working on is for a public sector client,
Okay.
um, wherein we were onboarded to actually analyze the issues that they might be having because of one of their application. And it's a huge application. It's a great legacy system for them. But as you said, innovation needs to be there. Otherwise, even with such a big application, it's not going to actually help them to move ahead.
Yeah.
It's not even helping them, not helping not helping them to give services to the public as well.
Yeah.
Hence, giving them solutions in a way that actually helps them to innovate, to migrate from the current technology to a newer technology, so that they get better outcomes for themselves as well as the public that they're serving.
Yeah.
So that's one, and that's the most recent project that I'm actually working on and pursuing right now.
Okay, good to hear that. And you have good luck from my side to you for your project and everything. And moving on to the next question, I would like to ask, what digital innovation frameworks or methods have you used to guide projects from inception to delivery? And how do you adapt these models as project requirements change?
So we don't actually use a framework or a model because we don't follow the theoretics of it.
Okay.
But from what I have experienced and I have seen that, um, we start from an idea. Everything starts from a very small idea. And this brings me to another project that I was working on, for um, for the Futures team back in KPMG Australia, when I was working for their product team for a while. And there they had an idea, and this is one of their ideas for helping the NGOs, especially the elderly. So this was their way of giving back to the society, and the idea was very simple, that we need to create something for the elderly to help them in their daily lives. And that's where we started a POC, proof of concept project, wherein I was involved in creating a generative AI bot, to which actually the elderly could talk to, and then it would do a speech to text conversion on its own. And it would help them in their various day to day activities, like if they want to know their appointments for the day, or if they want to schedule an appointment with a doctor or a gardener. So the bot would do that for them.
Okay.
So this journey of going from innovation to actually producing the project is not a small journey, especially in
Yeah.
the corporate life cycle. Um, so you take the idea, you go into the POC, then there is a project management team which actually helps you with the funding and everything. You present that idea to the internal board, and if they like it, and if they see that it's actually gotten some value, and I'm not only talking about monetary value at KPMG, they value a lot.
Okay.
So whether it's actually giving back something to the society or not, because this was a project developed from the mindset of giving back to the society. So if they see the value, then they move ahead. Then there is resourcing, there's resource planning, and then you start onto your project. Now, this project could be we usually follow the agile methodology, and therein you have different sprints. The project would be carried out in different sprints, and at the end of sprints there'll be UAT testing, there'll be quality assurance testing, and then your product goes out to the world and it's tried and tested, and various other quality testings are done at our level as well. Pen testing is done, stress testing is done, and then only the product is released. So that is how it all works.
Okay, nice. And my next question is, and how do you manage collaboration across diverse skill sets? Any tools you use or any techniques that help you bridge gaps or build alignment for that?
Yeah. So, as I told you, my journey began as a junior analyst. I was
Yeah,
just a data science graduate.
yeah,
And by collaborating with different team members, I was able to actually add feathers to my knowledge cap. And that is how I am here, and I have learned whatever I have learned. So, collaboration is a big part of my personal career growth and as well as the organization that I'm working for. So, in terms of the tools that we use, so let's say I was a data engineer, and then let's say I needed to learn something,
yeah,
some new skill set.
yeah,
Either I would be helped by my peers, or other than that, we have so many courses online for us in the KPMG program itself that help us to build our skill set more.
yeah,
Or even if as a coder, even if a bit of coding, you
yeah,
yourself can do personal learning through these courses and the videos online, and that's how you build your skill set.
yeah,
So, and in terms of collaboration, I would say that the teams that I have been working on, there have been peers. If they have had knowledge about that particular skill set, they would happily guide me and help me in doing that. So, that is how collaboration helped me to enhance my skill set.
Okay. And my next question is, as AI adoption increases, what strategies does KPMG use to ensure successful organizational and enablement rather than just technology rollout?
So, as I told you, the firm that I work for has morals and values in a way that they want to adopt new technology, and
Yeah,
at the same time, they want to use that technology to actually generate good
yeah,
value in terms of monetary value, which is very important for any organization to run, and monetary and value in terms of the moral value that you give back to the society.
yeah,
So we have been doing that for very long. Our ESG systems are very, very, very deeply rooted, and we are always encouraged to actually dive more into new technology. Currently, we have the era of AI. To boost everyone to participate and know more about AI, my firm keeps on indulging us in various activities as well, so that even outside our projects, we're able to learn about AI, implement AI, play around with the tools so that we are aware of the change, the big change that is about to come or that has already engulfed the
yeah.
technological sphere.
Okay, good to know. And how do you measure and secure lasting value from data and AI investment?
So, see, technology is a sphere which is ever changing.
Yeah,
Change is the constant, is actually the right statement for technology, I would say. And as far as AI is seen, we have all witnessed how AI is
yeah,
completely into our lives.
yeah,
Like, I don't think if I have a doubt, we directly go to Copilot. We ask
yeah,
Copilot.
yeah,
My partner at home, I have seen him talking to ChatGPT just to increase his knowledge because he's
yeah.
a big reading buff. He's into finance, I'm into tech, but he loves tech. So
Oh, nice.
he has enhanced his knowledge by just talking with AI. So
Oh,
AI is like your another friend sitting in the room. You're never alone. You
yeah,
can, there is a huge impact of AI in our personal lives as well as our professional lives.
yeah,
AI is supposed to be understood so that we can make better use of it for our own selves
yeah,
and for our firms, obviously.
yeah. That is very true. Moving on to the next question. How has your practice changed with the shift towards low code, no code platforms?
Oh yeah, that is fabulous because I worked on the longest project of my life for a year and a half, I would say,
Okay. Oh, that's a
wherein
long time.
we used wherein we used a no code, low code platform which is called Power Apps.
Okay.
So we were trying to build a product from scratch for our client.
Okay.
And the low code, no code platform actually helped us in, um, concentrating on features that could bring innovation to that project, to that product, I would say,
Yeah.
because rest of the mundane part could just be done with a normal statement that we would give to Power Apps, and they would
Okay.
just create it for us. But yes, even if there is a no code, low code platform, but if you do not have a vision, if you do not have a plan on what you want to do, then even the no code, low code platform can't help you. So
Okay.
you need to have a proper architecture in place. You need to know
Okay.
what you want to build. You need to know what features you're trying to implement. And then your no code, low code platform is all you need. And
Okay.
that's how we were able to deliver I think, monetary wise, the biggest project of my life till now.
Oh, that's very
Yeah.
nice. And it's a long time you took that project for. So
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But to the same question, I would also ask like, what are the risks or any opportunities for delivering agile adaptive solutions in consulting?
So, see, agile methodology is very simple if you use it in its more precise and concise manner, which is to build whatever product you want to build. Let's say I want to make tea. So I need to divide the steps.
Yeah.
So your sprints are those steps. And
Okay.
the task that you do in those steps, the subtasks, are your tickets that are created for you for that sprint.
Okay.
So I feel agile methodology is the best methodology in consulting or in any project lifecycle if we use it to its best,
Okay.
I would say. But
Okay.
yeah, if you there are disadvantages if you're actually not following the practice to the book, I would say.
Yeah.
Let's say my sprint was supposed to end in 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and you always have that contingency plan in place that if it doesn't end in 2 weeks, then let's keep 1 week of a buffer period. That's what I've seen my project management team do, and that's
Okay.
really helped us.
Yeah.
So even if being a coder, I know that a particular task can be completed in a day, I would still mark it as 2 days so
Yeah.
that I get 1 day for the entire testing,
Yeah.
to get it tested by my peers, just to see that whatever I've built is completely functional or not, and then
Yeah.
going ahead. That is, I think, the contingency plan that I have learned in my career from my project management team.
Oh, that's very nice. Yeah, that's what I've been learning too in my classes right now.
Yeah.
And these are also the practice and ethical ways, like our professor has been telling us to work in projects or if we are involved in some kind of other things as well in the company we are
And
working
I
in.
would say, another thing that I learned was, we are not always given a project wherein we are building a fresh product.
Yeah.
Many a times you'll be put into or thrown into the deep end of a project and be asked to decode. So you
Okay.
always need to address the bottlenecks. You always need to be upfront to your client or to your seniors about the bottlenecks, that, this is something that I feel can create hindrance later on,
Yeah.
let's 2 weeks later or something like that. That can
Yeah.
be anything, whether it's
Okay.
resource capacity, whether it's the product might take time at times to actually buffer up, or the or the code might take that much time to run. So you need to be aware of what can be the bottlenecks.
Got it. Got it. Good to know that. And thank you for that. Moving on to the next question. What ethical or governance considerations guide your decision making as you deploy advanced data and AI capabilities for your clients?
Okay, so ethics are a big big part of the projects that I have
Yeah.
been a part of.
Yeah.
And ethics is a big moral ground for the firm that I work for.
Yeah.
Is you are in the public eye. My firm
Yeah.
is in the public eye, and uh, as in one of your past questions, I told you consultancy works on its people.
Yeah.
So if you don't have the trust of the people, you can't really you can't really deliver. Even if you deliver, they might not be satisfied because they don't trust you completely. So it
Yeah.
is very important that you be ethically and morally right, so
Yeah.
that even if you have done something wrong or there has been a mistake, be upfront about that mistake.
Yeah.
We are all humans, we make mistakes, and that is one bottleneck that might come in your way later on. We make mistakes. I make mistakes even today, and I have had my seniors who keep telling me we make mistakes and it is okay to make mistake, but not to hide it. Be
Okay.
upfront about it so that any results of that mistakes can be curbed well in advance, and there is not much to lose on your end or on the client's end. So it is very important to have that trust, and that trust only comes once you are ethical in your ways.
Okay. And how do you like navigate through like those dilemmas around bias, privacy, and transparency?
So bias, privacy, and transparency is something, as I told you, I work in consultancy.
Yeah.
I have got to be transparent about my work, about my availability
Yeah.
to my seniors, to my clients, so that the work can be delivered on time. Because we're all there to work, we're all there to deliver. So, transparency in what I am doing, transparency in what is achievable, or transparency where I might need support from my seniors is very, very important in the projects that I deliver. So that is one big thing. Privacy, in terms of the data that I deal with, like the public sector client that I have, we are big on privacy with them. Even with their data set, even if I'm working from home for a day or two in the week, I make sure that none of their data is actually accessed on a public Wi-Fi. If I'm working from home, I am working from home. I am not in a public cafe sitting and making it vulnerable for my vulnerable to my client's data,
Yeah.
because security and privacy needs to be the first and foremost pillar of data management. So that is how we make sure, and we are given a lot of trainings about that, so that even if we want to forget, we don't make that mistake, because it's a big no for us to hinder privacy.
Yeah. And my last question from you,
Yeah.
it's a personal question, about how do you keep learning and staying ahead in such a rapidly evolving field?
So I would say I'm very lucky, because being a consultant, being a senior consultant with such a reputed firm, there even when I'm not involved in projects, because there are not always projects where or skill sets that I would have that are needed. But
Yeah.
there is so much innovation going on within my firm itself that you always have something to learn. And we are so fortunate, I would say, all my colleagues as well, that we are actually encouraged to sit for exams, sit for courses that we like. We are given free Microsoft courses, wherein we if
Okay.
we want, we can actually learn new skill sets. That is how I
Okay.
learned new skill sets. Second thing is, the projects that I work on, they are never the same. The clients are never the same, the projects are never the same. It is very rare that you'll get the same client for like 3 years, 4 years. That's not possible. So
Okay.
you are given different projects have different requirements. Sometimes you even learn the skill set while working on the project. So there are different ways. It's just that you need to grab the opportunity and then you're good to go. But keep learning, I would say, because uh, as far as innovation goes, as far as technology goes hand in hand with innovation. It
Okay.
will never stop changing.
Got it. And one last question. Uh, just what advice would you give us as students hoping to get into data science consultancy?
my only advice is, and that is how I got into consultancy. You need to show and you need to have that courage to keep learning.
Yeah.
You can't be stringent. You have to be open to feedback. You have
Yeah.
got to show that you're a learner. I would say that is all you need to be a consultant.
Yeah.
And you have got to show that you can take failure in your stride as well. So keep learning, keep growing. Just
Yeah.
don't think that you've learned coding a language, that is all that you'll need.
Yeah.
That's not the case. There are so many things. I don't think you even need coding nowadays,
Yeah.
because uh, it's practically done for you. But to have that mindset and that growth of innovation, of thinking out of the box, and always being upfront to upscale, is something that is going to help you in the future.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing these thoughtful insights. I really appreciate your time and openness. Sorry for taking all your time from your busy schedule.
Oh, that is completely fine. I thoroughly enjoyed our conversation, and all the best to you and to your peers.
Yeah.
And may you do well, and may you get to learn more.
Thank you. You have a nice day. Bye.
You Bye bye.